you know that the United States currently ranks second in the world in wind power capacity, generating a total output of 16,819 megawatts a year. Germany produces the most wind power with 22,247 megawatts. And Texas produces more wind power than any other state in the United States and is also home to the largest wind farm in the United States, located in Roscoe, Texas. And according to Discovery News, wind power currently makes up only 2% of the energy produced in the United States, but it's supposed to be on track to be at 20% by the year 2030. I've been around wind farms for about 3 years, and they're absolutely amazing in the way they work as well as the way they look. I'm going to tell you what a wind farm is and how it works to produce energy. And right here, here's a picture out in Iowa. It's a small clip of a wind farm. I think there's about 70 wind towers on that one, but this gives you an idea of what they look like. Now, what is a wind farm? The main purpose for a wind farm is to create renewable energy. Basically, our world today consists of energy around oil, nuclear plants, and it's not just the United States, the whole entire world is fighting for ways to figure out how we can come up with clean, renewable energy to meet all the demands of everything. I mean, electricity in homes, businesses, just everything. I mean, and they're trying to make it to where it's cheaper, because oil up and down, it's always costing just an arm or a leg just to produce it. So that's the main thing. The main thing is for clean renewable energy, and there's a couple things that go into that. You have to find a good location whenever you do put up a windmill farm, and on that is wind patterns. Scientists study a certain area for at least a year, usually 2 or 3 years, figure out the wind patterns of an area, and just to determine if that's a good spot for a relative moderate amount of wind. It can't be an area where it's really high, because the motors and the windmill turbines, they can overload and they can cause damage to them. There's also things. It's not just the geographical area, but also community support. The community basically has to have a vote to say whether or not they want a wind farm in their area or not. Some people are opposed to this because of the skyline and the way it looks. Other people think that it's neat and it's something to look at, and it gives their community a little bit of character. But that's the two main things. So basically, it's for renewable energy, but there's a few things that go into effect with that, just to make it come into effect. So you should now have a general idea of what a windmill farm is and why it's used. Now let's talk about how it works. Alright, this is a model of what a general windmill looks like. Okay, you've got A right here is your rotor, B right here, these are your 3 blades, and all the windmills of today have 3 blades on them now. All the windmills of this size. Basically what happens is you've got 3 blades, a generator, and a rotor. That's the main components. And the blades, they can be different sizes, but according to EnergyBeta.com, the size of windmill blades can be anywhere from 30 to 40 meters long, or even up to 60 meters long. A lot of offshore projects usually have longer windmill blades than others, just for producing. It's just, they're out in the open, they need that much more wind to make them work more efficiently. And basically what happens when the wind comes in, it hits the face of this rotor and the blades, and that wind causes the blades to turn. And then when it does that, it activates the shaft right in here, and there's a shaft and the generator. So as the windmill's turning the shaft, then it then creates kinetic energy to the generator. And then you can't see it in this diagram, but right here in the tower of the windmill, there's a bunch of electrical lines, and they all go underground, and they're all connected to a substation. So basically, it's a pretty simple but very complex as well. Basically, the wind turns it. There's a shaft and generator, which makes it all work, and then all the electricity is tied down to those lines, and those lines usually maybe around a mile or two. The substation is about a mile or two from where the actual windmills are located. Some wind farms have, you know, a few to hundreds on their site, so it gets pretty complex. And so basically, when it goes to the substation, here's a picture of one right here. This is what a general substation looks like. This is where all the energy is stored, and then it's just distributing into the grid. So it's basically pretty simple. The wind hits the windmill, it turns it, it cranks the shaft, the generator, and then it just produces energy. It's a very clean, efficient way to do it, and it's not messy at all. Um, like I said, the only people that are really not liking this is maybe some environmentalists. Some say that they kill birds and whatnot, but that's very minimal in that. But it's far cleaner than oil, and it's renewable. You'll never run out of it. You know, where there's wind, there'll be energy as long as they keep making these plants. So now you know what a wind farm is and how it works to provide us with clean, renewable energy. I hope you have a better understanding of how they work, and the next time you see one, you will know you're witnessing clean, renewable energy hard at work. Who knows, your house may be one of the millions of homes that are being powered by renewable energy from windmills and you didn't even realize it.